Good morning, good morning. I'm Ella G. And I live in the great state of Maryland, Essex, Maryland to be exact. And what I want to share with you this morning is a few of my personal testimonies about these O2 oxygen drops. Now, I've been using these drops for like about 8 months now. And the very first time that I used the drops, I used it in my eyes. Well, I used it under my tongue first, and then I put a couple of drops in my eyes. And the reason for that was I had heard that, people were putting the drops in their eyes, in their ears, up their nose, and how it was working for them. So I wanted to try and see if it worked for me. About 2 years prior to that, I had LASIK surgery. And I was told that even though I had the surgery, I still had to wear reading glasses. And it was coming up time for me to go back for my checkup. And my eyes had started running water. And my vision wasn't as clear as it was when I first had the surgery. So I decided to put the drops in my eyes. And I did. I was at work when I did it. Now, I work at a school. So I was in the hall. I went in the bathroom and I put the drops in my eyes. And when I walked back out in the hall, now all of this happened within 5 minutes. I put the drops in my eyes. I took 5 drops under my tongue and held it for about 2 minutes. When I walked back out in the hall, someone came in the door. Usually I can see the image, but I can't make out the face. When the person came in the door, in the building, walked in the building, through the door, I was able to make out that face. I was stunned. I was just standing there in awe. So after I got over that, or before I got over that, I noticed that I was breathing. My breathing it had changed. It was like my head, my sinuses had opened up, and I was breathing like so, oh goodness, so easy. And I already thought there was nothing wrong with my breathing or with my sinuses. But that happened, and all of that happened all within 5 minutes. So naturally, once I got over that, I didn't do too much work after that. I was running around telling people about these O2 oxygen drops. Another testimony that I had, well, I have a lot of testimonies, a lot of O2 testimonies, but I'm only going to share a couple. One, my family and I were at the park one Saturday, and my little great-granddaughter got bitten by an insect. I don't know what it was. But anyway, she came running. Mommy, Gigi, the bug. So I looked at her arm, and it had a little spot there where something had bit her, a little bump. So naturally, Gigi took out the O2 drops. I put 1 drop on that little bump and just rubbed it in with my finger. Stopped her from crying. Then she went back to play. In about 10 minutes or so, she came back. Mommy, it doesn't hurt anymore. And then I was reading later on, much later, I was reading in Dr. Krause's book where he said that O2 drops, stabilized oxygen, is good for insect bites. Now, one more testimony, and then I'm going to stop. I had heard, too, that you could use O2 on your plants. So one day, I put about 5 drops of O2 in about about a gallon of water to water my plants. And I literally watched one of my plants grow, because what I did that morning, I took a picture of the plant. And later on, just as I'm moving around, I walked into the room and I noticed that the plant had grown. So I took another picture, put them two together, and sure enough, the plant had grown. And today, my plants, they are beautiful, green. I mean, they are healthy plants, So what I'm sharing here today is that, and hoping that you would try these O2 drops. You cannot lose. They can only help you. Just try the O2 drops and see if it worked for you like it's working for others. Now, we're not allowed to say that O2 heals anything, but I'm going to read a testimony from Dr. Krause's book, and he does say that. So I just wanted to share what I just said that happened to me. So now I'm going to read something from this book. And it says here, stabilize oxygen. Wait a minute. Oh yeah, this is the one. Stabilize oxygen. What a fantastic product. After taking it, I now don't need my Claritin and Vaconis AQ for my asthma. I had asthma for 6 years, and this is the best I have felt in 10 years. Stabilized oxygen also heals cuts. 4 weeks ago, I had a cut, bad enough for stitches. I put some stabilized oxygen on it, and the cut is now almost gone. ADDMPA. Now, this is a testimony from Dr. Krause's book. I also suggest, I'm promoting this book. If you don't have a copy, get a copy. It tells you so much about stabilized oxygen. And this is what we have, stabilized oxygen. So if you haven't heard about it or tried it, you owe it to yourself to get your bottle of stabilized oxygen. And we also have a website that you can go to and just read some of the testimonies from the people there. And these are real people that had real problems. So go to www.giveyourbodythebest.com and read some of these great testimonies. I'm going to go now and do some more reading on these O2 oxygen drops. And if you can reach me at 443-857-3590, or you can email me at ELLAGEE62@yahoo.com, or you can just hit me up on Facebook. Have a great day, everyone.